What made those metal gems so precious? I want to find out by taking a geological trip to unearth the history of where it all started. Basketball PMGs. Some 25 years ago, we got our first little taste of precious metal gems with the release of the 97-98 Skybox Metal Universe Basketball. In retrospect, it was foreshadowing what the hobby turned into, as these PMGs were short print at a time when most trading cards had mass quantities. 137PM put it perfectly when he described PMGs and a lot of what is done in modern collecting as artificial scarcity. That means there's purposely a reduced amount of these printed. 137PM also makes the point that collectors see vintage cards go for record prices due to natural scarcity, not artificial scarcity. All-time greats Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Patrick Ewing, and Shaquille O'Neal are just some of the names you can find in the inaugural set from the 97-98 NBA season. And T-Mac and Tim Duncan highlighted the rookie PMGs. To be precise, the set featured 123 cards. That's 123 different hoopers from the league. That's a lot, especially when there wasn't a checklist at the time. You know, the light always shines bigger and brighter on the big dogs of this set, but you know what's way more fun? Rattling off some 90s favorites. Let's shout out players like Big Country Bryant Reeves, Marcus Camby, and Pearl Jam. I mean Mookie Blaylock. If you caught that reference, I'll love you forever. Hey, yo, get a look at these eBay prices though. Do you think I'm saying iconic or highly sought after as some cool buzzwords? Dude, guys like Keith Van Horn, Tony Delk, and George McLeod are catching sales of $1,500 out here. A collector like me is scratching and clawing just to try and afford a Stephon Marbury PMG. But back to the earlier point of artificial scarcity. Each player in the 97-98 PMGs had 100 copies. The first 10 in the run being green and the remaining 90 being red. Yes, so each card is going to have the out of 100 serial numbering, but 1 through 10 will be the super rare greens and 11 through 100 will have the shiny red foil. Now 100 may seem like a lot in today's climate, but given the overall print run of 90s products, they are a tough find, especially in good condition. Seriously, let's check out these pop reports from Beckett and PSA. PSA has 110 and 29s from the 1,460 97-98 PMGs graded as of this recording. And out of the 529 PMGs that BGS graded from this set as of this recording, there's no 10s, 3 9.5s, and 24 9s. It do be hard out there for a flawless PMG. Most of the ones you'll find are raw. This season is actually pretty recognizable too. Just so happens to be Jordan's last year as a member of the Bulls and Kobe's second year. So it adds a dash of iconic to the already highly sought after set. Collectors, you think it's tough now to pull gold vinyl or Black Fight Night 101? They weren't taking it much easier on you back in 97. The next stop is the possibly lesser known 97-98 Metal Universe Championship Basketball PMGs. These adopted more of a shinier reflective foil rather than the earlier colored foil. 98 players graced this checklist, and they had half the print run of the other PMGs, sitting at 50 copies. No red, no green, just 50 straight up. But they do a great job of catching the eye though. Listen, I am a massive fan of the 97-98 red and green as much as the next collector, but the backgrounds on the championship set are sick. I mean, look at these. It's a happy accident, like a damn Bob Ross painting back there. You love to see it. Players like Shaq, MJ, The Answer, and The Mamba are still major keys within this set. Okay, onward to the next NBA season. The 1998-99 PMG decided to change it up a bit here with a couple of tweaks to it. This version displays a gold tint and resembles more of a refractor. One thing Skybox did decide to keep was the out of 50 serial numbering found in the championship set of the 97-98 PMGs. The other tweak to the PMG set in 98-99 is a rare 1-of-1 Gem Masters parallel. I mean, rare pretty much goes for the entire set though. 101 or not, these are a nightmare to try and locate. Given how quickly I have to research for these videos, you'll have to spend a great deal of time running multiple searches on eBay to unearth these buried treasures. I can only imagine how it feels to see one of these in someone's showcase. Scattered all over eBay is how I would describe how to find them. Also, collectors, you could only find both gold out of 50 and Gem Masters 1 of 1 in hobby boxes. PSA also notes there are no rookies in the 98-99 set. I gotta say, I think BGS has the clearest pop report for this set. They only graded 189 PMGs and only 3 of the Gem Masters 1 of 1s. Now, PSA's report includes the base, gold PMG out of 50, and the Gem Masters. So out of all of those, PSA has graded 2,635 as of this recording. 20 of the Gem Masters received a grade from PSA, including the Jordan, which received a 6. And only 73 cards from the overall set submitted received a Gem Mid 10. So, assuming there's a Gem Masters parallel for every player on this set, there are 100 raw ones out there, or some are still in packs. 98-99 Metal Universe also marked the last year of the original precious metal gems in basketball. The story doesn't end there though, folks. Basketball PMGs would re-emerge briefly a decade later under the Upper Deck umbrella, which purchased Fleer Skybox in 2005 after the company declared bankruptcy. 08-09 Skybox Basketball marks UD's first attempt at re-establishing the PMG brand, and it marked the return of the OG color scheme with red and green parallels. Now, instead of the original 100 serial numbering, it's stuck with the 50 print run from 98-99. The design of the card itself takes a more modern approach, and in my opinion, it's a far cry from the simplicity of the original PMGs that collectors fell in love with. This set, however, does hold the first PMG of LeBron James, the last of Michael Jordan in a Bulls jersey, and a rookie class highlighted by Kevin Love, Derrick Rose, and Russell Westbrook. Not only was this the last PMG of Jordan in a Bulls jersey and LeBron in a Cavs jersey, but it was also the last NBA licensed PMGs we've seen. In more recent times, still more than a decade ago, the folks over at Upper Deck tapped into nostalgia with the 2011-12 Fleer Retro product by bringing the PMG back to its classic look. But they decided to run with red parallels out of 150, green parallels still being out of 10, but a new blue parallel out of 50. It featured MJ and LBJ in a 40-card set, but in Tar Heels blue and King James in his St. Mary St. Vincent jersey because Upper Deck lost the NBA license. It continued with Fleer Retro 2012-2013 with the 97-98 Championship Edition look this time around in a 50-card set and serial numbering out of 100. Once again, it featured LeBron and Jordan, among other hardwood legends. With a serial number out of 50, 2012-2013 Retro treated collectors to the design of the 98-99 PMGs. Between the championship and 98-99 PMG look in the Fleer Retro, the checklist contained college basketball legends. The one that sticks out like a sore thumb though, however, is Baseball Hall of Famer Tony Gwynn. And finally, we've reached an end with the 2013-14 being the last basketball PMGs we have to date. I'm not sure if the writing was on the wall by this point, but we get a 95-96 PMG checklist with some more greats of the game and another red out of 150, blue out of 50, and green out of 10. And one more time around, we get the now iconic 97-98 design with red out of 150, blue out of 50, and you guessed it, green out of 10. But we got WNBA baller Skylar Diggins, and how about a rookie Giannis? And that, my friends, officially brings the chapter on basketball PMGs to a close. Something that had an incredible 2-year run originally and faded into infamy. Sure, there were reprisals and nostalgia acts, but nothing is as good as the original, just as it is with movies. Will we ever see another basketball PMG set? Never say never. It's always fun soaking up facts on sets almost as old as I am. I'll always have an affinity for the classics. Was there anything I missed? If so, be sure to let me know. And until next time, collectors, collect responsibly.